Oh yeah, Mr. Good. Today in this last session, as I'm sat in B will versus the committee. The committee is now debating the other category. We will waiting until they finish. I'm sorry for this inconvenience. Oh, really? Are you your profile is so cute. It's the cat. The end. Are you guys in school? Oh.
Is it still echoing right now?
Try to speak again, please.
Still echoing or already fine?
It's better, but there is still voice actually.
Okay. There was one of my friends didn't bring her headphones.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the echo. It's caused by the speaker of your friends. You're not using your phone can In front of us, there are two amazing judges, Mr. Erbagusmo Eko PSS, as known as Mr. Good, and Miss Umi Kalsum SSC, as known as Miss Tachi. Also, there are two remarkable English debate teams that already joined and look so impressive from committee, the government team, and SMA Pesat School of Town, Team B, the opposition. Is it correct? Okay. Because previously I have already checked the audio of SMA Pesat. Maybe the committee, can you turn on your mic?
Check, check.
Okay, it's clear. The government 2 and government 3.
Check.
Okay, it's clear. Azalea?
Check. Check.
Okay. Okay, Alhamdulillah. The sales team has ready to start. The rules were explained previously. Do you guys already understand? SMA Pesat? Okay. Okay, due to time effectiveness, let's just restart this English debate match with the motion. Restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. Motor vehicle fumes are one of the highest causes of carbon emissions in Indonesia. This requires urgent attention from the government as well as from the people, including young people who will determine the fate of the nation. So let's hear the debate with the motion limiting the use of motorized vehicles, an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. Let us start from the first speaker of the government. Your time is 4 minutes to speak, starting now.
Good morning to the honorable judges, the moderator,
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Let's continue.
Okay.
Move to another place.
Maybe you can move. The time will continue. Move to another place.
Shall we just continue?
Yes, the time will continue. Please continue.
Yes, please. Is this starting again, or I'm just continue?
Please continue.
Okay. Good morning to the honorable judges, the moderator, the timekeeper, and our discussion partner from the opposition team, which we are proud of. Let me introduce our team. We are from the Commit of Smention 2024. I am Akila Gania Shakira as the first speaker, accompanied by two of my friends, Azalia Dana Hersa as the second speaker, and Aida Alivia Amir as the third speaker. Today, we are going to be debating about an interesting motion, which is restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. To start off, I would like to give the definition of today's motion. First, motorized vehicles is any vehicle that is driven by mechanical equipment and in the form of an engine other than vehicles that run on rails, such as motorcycle, car, ship, train, and so on. 2, effective is successful. And 3, carbon emissions is emissions that produced into the atmosphere from combustion products such as carbon dioxide. Like we all know, one aspect that produces the largest carbon emissions is the transportation sector. How come? We use transportation for every day for our needs, like going to school, selling, especially since every family does not necessarily have one form of transportation. According to the background we have explained earlier, we as the government team emphasize that we absolutely agree with today's motion, which is restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. Because first, there are significant pollution results from restrictions on the use of motorized vehicles. Motorized vehicle is one of the main causes of high emissions. Land Transportation Research Journal says that in large cities, the contribution of the exhaust gas of the motor vehicle as a source of air pollution reaching 60% until 70%. Two, increasing the amount of public transportation can increase the overall efficiency of energy use. Larger public transportation, such as buses and trains, are able to accommodate more passengers per trip, reducing the need for more vehicles on the road. This not only reduces carbon emissions, but also helps overcome the problem of congestion, which often leads to fuel wastage and increased emissions. Okay, that's all from the government team.
What is that?
Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you so much for the first speaker of the government. Now we will continue to the argument of first speaker, the opposition. Your time is 4 minutes time. Let's start right now.
Good afternoon for all the judges and for the government team, and thank you for defying the motion. But as you said, the efficiency public transportation, but not all Indonesia region are having a public transportation, and it makes it challenging for people to switch from a motor vehicle to a public transportation. As we know, not all area in Indonesia is barely having a public transportation, and it's making people not can't and using their motor vehicle. Second, it can make economic impact. As we know, in Indonesia, we usually like use online motor vehicle taxi, and it's really a crucial role in Indonesia right now. And but based on my data, it's really an effective solution because without the job, it can make most of Indonesia job is jobless, and it can make the economy sector is down. And is it really effective solution? Many people earn additional income from the online Gojek and Grab and something. And also, but can it replace all of the use of motor vehicles in Indonesia? And when will public transportation really be effective? So right now, I'm don't stand with this motion because motor vehicle restricting can't be the reason. Okay, I think that is my motion. Thank you very much.
The opposition team win time for 1 minute and 56 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the first speaker of opposition team. First, our review system can be entered for 3 chains. Start from first 1 minute until the last 1 minute. You can just turn on your mic to ask permission, and if it's allowed by the team, you have time 20 seconds to do your intro. Okay, now we continue to the second speakers of the government. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azalia Danesa as the second speaker from the government team, and we strongly agree about the motion that is restricting the use of motorized vehicle is an effective solution to reduce carbon emission in Indonesia. But before, let me answering the doubtness from the opposition team. So the opposition team say that restriction on motorized vehicle will reduce the economy of Indonesia. But as we know that if we restrict the motorized vehicle, so it can increase the amount of public transportation that so it can increase the amount of public transportation, and it can increase the economy of Indonesia too. Okay, let me continue to our
argument. The first, there are significant results from the restriction on the use of motorized vehicle. So motorized vehicle is one of the main causes of high emission. Land Transportation Research Journal say that in large cities, the contribution of the exhaust gas of motor vehicle as a source of air pollution reach 60% until 70%. And this is a lot of percentage. So, and Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resource in 2024, that in 2019, the realization of emission reduction was 54 million tons from the target of 51 million tons, and it is increased in the next year. So it shows that the restriction of the use of motorized vehicle is have a significant results to reduce the emission of Indonesia. And the second argument is increasing the amount of public transportation can increase the overall efficiency of energy use. So as we know, restricting the use of motorized vehicle is mean that we are increasing the amount of public transportation. So larger public transportation such as buses and trains are able to accommodate more passenger per trip, reducing the needs for more vehicle on the road. This not only reduces carbon emissions, but also helps overcome the problems of congestion, which often leads to fuel wastage and increased emission. Data from efficient public transport system shows that mass travel is more efficient and environmentally friendly in its use of energy resource, having a positive impact on the environment and public health. And as we know, limiting the use of motorized vehicle is an effective solution for reducing carbon emission in Indonesia. So that's all from me, and I want to stress that we are strongly agree about the motion restricting the use of motorized vehicle is an effective solution to reduce carbon emission in Indonesia. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Government team has been time for 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Okay, thank you so much for the second speaker of the government team. Now we'll continue to the second speaker of the opposition team. Your time is 4 minutes. Start from now.
Assalamualaikum, everybody. My name is Yanda, and I'm the second speaker for the opposition team. And based on what the second speaker from the government team said, that this
Recording in progress.
restricting use of motorized vehicle is significant rising, but I'm disagree with that motion, because based on my data research, that Data International Energy Agency, or IEA, said that 51% carbon emission in Indonesia caused by a coal power electric generator, and it's not the main problem for the rising rising carbon emission. And then for the economic impact, it might affect industries related to automobile and transportation, and potentially causing job losses and economic downturn. And for this reason, it's not a lot of people have a lot of money. If you take one of the transportation, so how could they live? How could they living? And then also, I would ask, not a lot of the region could capable with the solution. Not all of the Indonesian could capable with the solution. How about the region that couldn't buses and other your alternatives said that couldn't pass? What's the solution for that? Also, this motion could increase the potential black market for vehicle. If the vehicle was taken in this Indonesia to decrease the emission of carbon in Indonesia, the potential black market would rises. A lot of people needed this motorcycle. A lot of people need
Interruption,
this
please.
car and whatever we said. No. And stricter regulation may lead to the black market for vehicle. And it was out of control for the government. It's out of control of the government. And what we can do? We can do nothing. We can't ask them to raise their money. We can't do that. And actually, what are we doing? you still going to the school with the private car? What have we done to reducing the carbon emission? Are we doing anything for this restricting motorized vehicle? We didn't do anything yet. And the infrastructure challenge. In some region, the existing infrastructure might not support a sudden shift to alternative modes of transportation, making it challenging to implementation restriction effectively. And when it's gonna be effective? In this motion, I'm disagree because they don't have the 100% plan for it. We still don't know when this solution would effective. And not a lot of people would agree with this motion because we still need a motorcycle and transportation to go around of Indonesia. And economy is one of the reasons also. And the social equality. Restricting vehicle usage may disproportionately affect lower income individuals who may have fewer alternatives for transportation. If the vehicle was taken from Indonesia, how can they survive? With who? With what? And not a lot of people have a lot of money to go to another place with buses, with the another alternative. Just be realistic. This restricting the use of motorized vehicle is not of one of the solution to reducing the carbon emission because the main factor of emission in Indonesia is caused by the coal power electric generator. That's from me. Thank you.
From the opposition team, Spain time for 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much for the second speaker of the opposition. Now we'll continue to the third speaker of the government. Your time is 4 minutes start from now.
Baik, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself before. My name is Aira Alifi Amir as a third speaker from government team, and I would like to strengthen our team argument. But before that, as a government team, once again, I state that I strongly agree with the motion that we are discussing at this time, that is, restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. So the opposition team state that we don't know when the solution will work. Then what solution is offered by opposition team and when it will work? Okay, so guys, as we all know, limiting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution for reducing carbon emissions in Indonesia, but it's very unfortunate because the level of public adoption of public transportation is still low. Remembering the preference and habits of using private vehicles, survey data from the Central Statistics Agency show that the majority of urban residents prefer private vehicles because they are considered more comfortable and flexible, because may involve personal confidence, travel time uncertainty, and lack of accessibility to the destination location. Along with this, encouraging changes in people's behavior regarding transportation requires a comprehensive strategy and significant awareness raising efforts. So therefore, we offer a solution. It is outreach to the community as whole, so that people in Indonesia can understand why they have to limit the use of motorbikes. So yeah, we can make Indonesia more better and better. So yeah, that's what can I say. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Secretary from government team has Spain time for 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Okay, thank you for the third speaker of the government team. Now we'll continue to listening argument from the third speakers of the opposition. Your time is 4 minutes start from now.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Najla, and I am the third speaker from the opposition team. And the first thing I wanted to say is that public transportation isn't the only, no, not public transportation, I'm sorry. Motorized vehicles is not the only reason that carbon emission in Indonesia is rising. Another reason is the activity that is going in industrial also causes a lot of emission, the smoke from it. And also, by restricting motorized vehicles from Indonesia could cause a lot of not benefited things, like, for example, economic. Some people who relied on the job as a online, online transportation, such as Grabs, Gojeks, when their vehicle is taken away, that means they lose their job, which increases more jobless people, which could lead Indonesia to poverty. And also,
Interruption.
the interruption denied. Also, the government team says a lot about how public transportation can be the alternative if all motorized vehicles are taken away from Indonesia. Well, let me just say that isn't public transportation is considered as a motorized vehicle? And if we take away all vehicles from people, then that means the number of people who would use public transportation will also increase, which means that the number of buses and other public transportations will also increase, which also, it doesn't make a lot of change. It still produces a lot of carbon emission from that buses. And also, public transportations in Indonesia is yet to, guarantee the passengers' safety. There's countless cases of sexual harassment happened mostly in public transportation. These people, knowing that many people are turning to public transportation, saw this as an opportunity to satisfy their lust towards the victim. It could lead to sexual harassment. It could lead to, your stuffs getting stolen by people there. The safety of public transportation is not guaranteed in Indonesia. And also, what is it? And also, some power plants still use fossil energy, which participates in adding more carbon emission. Meanwhile, renewable energy power plants is still considered to be ineffective to be implemented in Indonesia. That is my argument. Thank you.
From the opposition team, for 2 minutes and 9.
Okay, thank you so much for the third speaker of the opposition team. Now we're listening to the replay speech from the opposition team. Is my voice clear? Okay, because here is raining. Okay, now we will listening the replay speech. We have time 3 minutes. Let's start from now.
Okay, let's go. So based on the first speaker from the government team said it was one of the main reasons, and I disagree with that because it was an EAI said that it was different, and then it was a significant solution. It's not a significant solution because, as I said before, as my statement before, not a lot of people would think the same things. And based on the third speaker from the government team, said that people would know, and people would understand about these cases. Not a lot of people would understand. How about if they still needed this transportation for their own self, for their own capable to live? We cannot force people to take their motorcycle without reason, and this is not the main reason, because the main reason is because of the coal power electric generator. Also, jobless people. The jobless people, because of this solution, a lot of people would lost their job. Because, like my first speaker said before, the Grab and Gojek is the job in Indonesia that already famous, already popular in everywhere. All people need a transportation. And based on my third speaker said before, that the socialize will be more harder. Why? Because I said the socialize will more be harder. We don't have any privacy. And then if the vehicle was taken or restricted, how about the population? The population was still rising every year and is still having a lot of amount of people of soul in Indonesia. We still needed another alternative. If you said that your alternative is buses, then we need still a buses, a lot of more buses. And buses still produce emission carbon. That's why I'm disagree with this motion. Also, your second speaker said that economy would rise. Economy would rise, but however, even economy would rise, the black market's still going because a lot of people still need this transportation. And because of this black market would appear in our socializing, it will be hard for the government and for the other leader to actually make it right again because it was an illegal things. And what we can do about it? Back to us again. What we have done to reducing this emission? We're still going to school with our transportation. We're still going everywhere with our private car. We're still going everywhere with our beloved motorcycle. What we have
Time is
done for our...
Time is up.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you for the reply speech from the opposition team. Now we will be listening the reply speech from the government team. Your time is 3 minutes start from now.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the moderator as the chance. Let me introduce myself. I am as a reply speaker from the government team. Once more again, I am from government team. Emphasize that we are strongly agree with today's motion, which is restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. Because restricting the use of motorized vehicle doesn't mean that people cannot use it anymore, but people have to use it with the rules that the government gives. Because the motion we are debating today is restricting and not remove the use of motorized vehicle. Even so, the government has implemented this policy for many years before. It means that the government sees that restricting the use of motorized vehicle is much more important. And if you say that infrastructure for all regions is not the same, but it doesn't make that restricting the use of motorized vehicle is not effective. And in here, the opposition team stated that we do not know when will this solution will work, then what solution is offered by the opposition team and when it will work. And if you say the main factor for today's motion is generator electricity, then we use generator electricity for motorized vehicle, and it is much more main factor for today's motion. And back to our argument again, that first, there are 6 results from restriction the use of motorized vehicles. Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources stated that in 2022, the emission reduction target is 91 million tons with realization of 91.5 million tons, and it is effective by restricting the use of motorized vehicle. And then 2, increasing the amount of public transportation can increase the overall efficiency of energy use. And we are emphasized that in this motion, we are not remove the use of motorized vehicle, but we are restricting the use of motorized vehicle. And then the third, the level of public adoption of public transportation is still low. Regarding that, encouraging changes in people's behavior regarding transportation requires a comprehensive strategy and significant awareness raising efforts. Once again, we as the government team emphasize that we are strongly agree with today's motion, which is restricting the use of motorized vehicles is an effective solution to reduce carbon emissions in Indonesia. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's care to our environment for a better future, future for us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Reply speech from the government team has Spend time for 2 minutes and 44 seconds.
Okay, well, the two teams has delivered their speeches, and please give applause for their dedication. And now it's time for listening judges' comment. I think Miss Tachi cannot waiting to give comment and advice. Please, Miss Tachi first.
Oh my God. But I want to be the last.
You want to be the
but not
last?
least. Okay, guys, how are you? Fine.
We're absolutely feel great.
Feeling nervous?
Not really, but I feel really.
A
In
little
all
bit.
honesty, if I could continue this debate, I would.
Yeah,
This
but the
debate is
chance,
getting hotter.
yeah, but we cannot predict the next time. I mean, the chance next. So you have to show the best you when the chance comes on you. Okay. Before I come to my comment, I will congratulate all of you guys here. Congratulations for showing us your opinion, your argument. I tried to think when I was in senior high school, maybe my capability or my skills is really, really, really far away from what you have done today. So that's a good news for our country because our country has the generation as all of you guys here. But to increase your skill, would you mind if I give you some evaluation or note about your performance?
Of course, I would
Okay.
like to hear your advice.
Okay, thank you so much. But maybe I will never come to the positive team because there are a committee here. But I have talked to the moderator. Maybe next year you have to also prepare yourself so you can. What is that? It will be fair when we give a score for the real participant. Okay. So let me combine in bahasa supaya tidak apa tuh namanya? Ada makna ganda, jangan sampai akhirnya sarannya jadi tidak relevan gitu ya atau tidak ditangkap. Untuk penampilan di round ini lumayan mengalir gitu ya. Walaupun start from the first round, I strongly, what is it? Always give a comment about the what is it? The definition of the motion that you have to know. I mean, it's not only about the definition of the word or the sentence, but also what is the goal of the motion. Jadi motion debat itu ada tujuan yang akhirnya ketika diperdebatkan muncul konsep-konsep dan argumen-argumen yang bisa menghadirkan solusi untuk kita semua, gitu ya. Makanya mosi debat yang bagus itu adalah mosi yang tidak berat kepada oposisi atau berat kepada pemerintah gitu. Nah, disitulah akhirnya kita bisa bertarung argumen, melihat sudut pandang atau konsep-konsep yang bisa hadir. So you have to give the definition first and make the limitation about your state. I mean about your domain of argument. Jadi itu tuh kalau misalnya jadi juri ya, itu tuh adalah kewajiban utama. Apalagi for the first speaker, you have to give the definition supaya opponent kalian juga ngerti gitu bahwa motion ini akan kita bawa ke domain pembahasan yang mana kayak gitu. Nah tadi tuh Miss tadi tidak menemukan itu di first speaker. I'm so sorry guys. Jadi I was really what is it? Be patient to hear about where's the definition, why you didn't show me about your domain argument and also your definition about the motion, kayak gitu ya. Jadi jangan langsung ke argumennya, kasih dulu definisi karena itu adalah starting point. Opponent kita tuh bisa membaca bahwa maksud penangkapan kita terhadap mosi itu adalah seperti ini. Itu akhirnya nanti ketika argumen berjalan itu sesuai. Nah, for the second one is about we are as debaters is not only questioning something or questioning issue. Jadi kita tuh tidak hanya mempertanyakan isu atau argumen yang ada, tapi kita harus cari alternatif solusi gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya kita tidak sepakat dengan argumen opponent kita, maka kita cari I have the solution. Jadi benar tadi kata pembicara ketiga gitu ya dari pemerintah bahwa solusinya apa gitu. Jadi bukan tugas judges atau tugas audience untuk nyari, mikir atau ya itu bisa dianggap sesuatu yang ibaratnya strategi untuk membuat opponent kita open mind or akhirnya mempertanyakan argumen dia, tapi tidak sampai hanya di kita mempertanyakan itu, tidak hanya sampai di questioning, but you have to try to find the solution, alternative solution of this issue gitu ya, atau mosi yang sedang dibahas. Jadi kalau berulang-ulang ditanyakan hanya untuk melemahkan argumen lawan tapi kita tidak kasih solusi alternatif, itu juga akan gagal argumennya gitu. Karena itu tadi, ini adalah pertarungan argumen dan juga pertarungan konsep gitu. Jadi apa yang kemudian ditampilkan itu harus utuh gitu. Ketika kita hanya mempertanyakan tapi tidak menghadirkan solusi, nilainya tidak sempurna gitu. Ya. Nah, jadi itu penting. Jadi kalau misalnya tadi dibahas tentang bagaimana dengan yang kayak masih butuh motor atau kayak tentang jobless, ya you have to find the solution. So, jadi juri ini hanya akan melihat apa yang kalian ibaratnya ada bahan nih, mosi. Kemudian kalian akhirnya mengolah mosi itu yang ketika nanti juri mencicipi dalam arti mendengarkan apa yang kalian sajikan, juri itu bisa merasakan oh iya, it's a good apa ya namanya? Perpaduan yang sempurna dari argumen kemudian bagaimana bertarung konsep dan kemudian menghadirkan solusi seperti itu karena dalam mengakses kalian dalam menilai kalian kita akhirnya melihat 3 points of this round, ada isi, ada manner dan ada strategi. Kalau manner itu Mr. Good ahlinya nanti bakal dibahas. Tapi so far so good. Mr. Ci sangat senang kalian sudah bisa menunjukkan kepada juri yang ada di sini berkaitan dengan argumen dan pemikiran yang kalian punya. Good luck guys. Semoga bisa lanjut ke final. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Mr.
Thank you
Peter,
so
please.
much, Miss, for your advice.
Mr. Good, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I'm Mr. Good from Syari Kampung Inggris, and here I'm going to deliver several evaluation for you guys. Hopefully it is useful for you. Jadi di sini ada beberapa poin yang saya catat ya. Yang pertama adalah terkait dengan isi, sebagaimana yang sudah disampaikan oleh Ms. Taci. Ya. Jadi saya fokus ke ini ya, yang dari oponen, dari teman-teman di SMA Pusat. Tadi di pembicara pertama utamanya, benar yang disebut oleh Ms. Taci, bahwa tadi kok kayaknya belum fokus dalam mendefinisikan apa yang menjadi motion. Harusnya kan itu diberikan definisi dulu. Ini maksud motion ini seperti apa? Arahnya mau dibawa kemana? Jadi jangan kemudian justru pembicara pertama malah sibuk memberikan argumentasi, mendebat, dan itu fokusnya adalah membuat gambaran dulu. Dan sekaligus juga memperkenalkan tentang siapa-siapa nih pendampingnya. Oh, ini ada Kak Zianda, ada Kak Najla misalnya. Nah, tadi yang saya lihat belum. Ya, mungkin saking nervousnya apa gimana, saya kurang paham.
That's why I asked them, sir. Are you okay? You good?
Nah, itu jadi akhirnya belum terbentuk itu ya. Nah, maka nanti kalau misalnya nanti masuk ke round berikutnya, semoga amin, upayakan teman-teman bisa, yang pembicara pertama utamanya dia paham benar saya tugasnya ngapain. Terus juga tadi sempat agak melebar sepertinya ya, kita fokusnya kan tentang bagaimana kendaraan bermotor itu dibatasi sehingga mengurangi karbon emisi. Tapi justru tadi ada sempat pembahasan malah tentang pelecehan seksual di public transportation ya, jadi agak kemana-mana sepertinya. Jadi sempat agak belok-belok dikit. Maka ini juga butuh untuk bisa lebih hati-hati ke depannya ketika membawakan sebuah motion agar benar-benar fokus pada areanya saja. Itu yang pertama terkait dengan isi. Yang kedua adalah terkait dengan manner atau terkait dengan stylenya dalam debate ya. Jadi pertama debate kita adalah debate bahasa Inggris, maka tentu bahasa Inggrisnya juga harus diupayakan optimal ya. Bahasa yang ilmiah, bahasa yang formal, grammatical, syukur-syukur grammarnya dikit kesalahan atau bahkan nggak ada salah tuh di keren lagi. Beberapa kesalahan yang saya catat, misalnya tadi ada yang mengatakan, kalau yang satu di sini ada Miss, ini bacanya gimana sih? Gatrin ya. Bacanya Miss Gatrin atau Miss Gatrin ya. Sempat mengatakan can be the reason. Is can be. Kan tidak mungkin ya ada is ketemu dengan can. Nah, itu kan nggak tepat. Terus Miss Zianda itu beberapa kali mengatakan I'm disagree. Padahal harusnya kan I disagree ya. Itu yang saya tadi dengar itu sempat, entah telinga saya yang salah, semoga telinga saya yang salah, itu mengatakan I'm disagree. Harusnya disagree itu tanpa M. Kemudian how could they living? Tadi sebenarnya sempat 2 kali mengatakan how could they live, terus mengulang lagi how could they living. Udah bener malah disalahin ya. Harusnya how could they live. Selesai itu. Kemudian ketika membaca pronunciation, ketika menyebut infrastructure, bacanya infrastruktur, akhirnya jadi bahasa Indonesia. Meskipun alhamdulillah nggak sampai kayak panitia tadi ya, ada Miss Aira belum di awal udah mengatakan baik. Nah, ini tambah parah lagi. Udah ngerti debat bahasa Inggris, di pembukaan langsung baik. Terus ada Miss Azalia, let me answering. Ini juga untuk pembantu kita semua yang kayak panitia, saya juga kritik. Let me answer. Jadi harusnya let me answer. Let me itu ketemu dengan top 1. Let me go. Let me love her. Jadi jangan let me top ing, nggak ada itu. Terus juga Miss Azalia bolak-balik mengatakan vehicle. Tadi dikoreksi oleh Miss Aira tadi, vehicle. Wah. Setelah mengatakan baik, Miss Aira memperjelas pronunciasi yang tepat ya. Vehicle. Sudah mengoreksi Miss Azalia, alhamdulillah. Dan ada juga Miss Azalia mengatakan the restriction is have. Restriction is have, gimana is have? Harusnya kan langsung has ya. Ya tadi ini semoga memang saya yang salah, setelah kemudian benar setidaknya itu jadi koreksi besar. Terus juga mungkin yang terakhir adalah stylenya supaya lebih ganas lagi nanti kalau seandainya teman-teman bisa sampai tampil ke final ya. Jadi tadi seperti Miss Zianda yang punya peran penting untuk closing di akhir, sebenarnya debatnya udah bagus Miss Zianda ini kan. Bagaimana menjawab pertanyaan itu sudah lumayan. Cuma akan lebih bagus kalau nanti bisa debat lebih ganas lagi. Lebih ganas dalam artian lebih horor lagi, lebih semangat lagi, lebih tajam lagi argumentasinya. Karena itu penting ya untuk bisa mematahkan lawan. Jangan terlalu menunjukkan wajah yang terlalu lembut ya. Karena ketika kita debate itu upayakan memang benar-benar kita bisa menunjukkan berapi-api. Kalaupun senyum, saya sering kali bilang, kalaupun senyumnya itu senyum yang berwibawa atau senyum sinis. Ya. Itu teori debate ya, untuk meruntuhkan musuh kita. Jadi jangan sampai kalau tadi di forum sebelumnya ada yang sampai senyumnya senyum cekakaan gitu ya, ini nggak tepat ya. Alhamdulillah ini juga teman-teman yang dari SMA Pesat secara ini ya penampilan itu alhamdulillah bagus dalam artian nggak kayak yang sebelumnya tadi ada yang banyak ketika nampilin di kamera itu cuma kelihatan mulutnya doang gitu ya, kelihatan matanya doang kayak Aisyah di ayat cinta. Alhamdulillah di sini teman-teman bisa menampilkan lebih full dan mungkin kedepannya tangan supaya lebih banyak bergerak. Nah, itu sih mungkin beberapa catatan saya. Keep up the good work ya. Dan kita benar pengen lihat teman-teman bisa sampai ke final. Ya kan? That's it everyone. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sorry for everything.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. for the advice.
Okay, welcome. Never mention.
Thank you so much for all judges, Ms. Tachi and Mr. Good, for your advice and comment. Hopefully we can do better in another chance. Well, thank you to the judges and the two teams who have performed well today. Well done. For both teams, you are welcome to activism room. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Good
guys.
luck.
Thank you so much.